Y'all, I can't speak enough on how proud I am of Juwan Howard, Chicago's own Juwan Howard, becoming the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, man. The University of Michigan Wolverines have hired Juwan Howard, former Fab Five member, as their head coach, man. And it couldn't have happened to a better guy, man. I never met Juwan personally, but I knew about the things he was always doing in Chicago, Illinois, from the time I was in probably third grade till now. Juwan Howard always had a basketball camp for kids who read books, who read the most books in their class, and they got an automatic invitation to the Juwan Howard basketball camp where you could meet Juwan, you could hang out with Juwan, and Juwan teach you basketball skills that were essential to possibly getting you to the next level, getting you prepared for high school basketball, and ultimately getting you prepared with the skills that you would need to one day gain a college scholarship, as he did. Juwan is a standout man, a standout human being, man. Always a cool, calm, and collected guy. Always a smooth operator, man. I always say I ain't never seen Juwan Howard without a haircut. My man's he always got a crisp cut. Like, he always cut fresh with a fade. He always be clean all the time, man. But this is such a redeeming factor, a redeeming situation for the Fab Five in general, man. After being exiled from the university due to them taking funds illegally, I hate the whole NCAA trying to act like they never existed. That's ridiculous. The school taking down the banners, having to take down the banners, absolutely ridiculous, because when the Fab Five was at the University of Michigan, Michigan was proud to have those boys, man. They were proud to have those young men, I should say, because those young men put them on the map, like, for real. I mean, Michigan had some good teams before, but I mean, that team is recognized as one of the best college teams that people can ever remember. Although they never won a national championship, that was the first time people saw five freshmen on the court at the same time, balling and dogging upperclassmen played on other teams, man. They brought in a whole new style, a whole new swagger into the college basketball era. Jalen Rose with the bald head, the black socks. They brought the baggy shorts. They brought the bravado from the playground basketball into the collegiate arena. And it rubbed some people the wrong way, but at the same time, the Michigan fans ate it up. People around the world ate it up, to the point where I believe Nike was even making Fab Five type apparel, because the Fab Five was just that, they were just that intriguing as a basketball team, man. And I think that Juwan Howard will get, Michigan back to the state that they once were in. Back in what they were in, like, the national championship game in 2013 with Trey Burke. And who else was on that team? Trey Burke. Was Karis LeVert on that team? No, I'm not sure. I don't think so. But Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr. were on that Michigan team, man. They played for the national championship and they ended up losing. Who did they lose to that year? Was it Louisville? Might have been Louisville they lost to that year. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, yeah, man, the university exiled them for a long, long time. Jalen Rose and those guys had never came. Really, they came back to some games, but they weren't really. They felt like they were being tolerated rather than being accepted. Now with Juwan Howard's hiring, they will be accepted back to the university, and I think they will definitely be acknowledged. That ban has been lifted. I think now for them to come back to the school, it's been lifted for quite some time now, but I think now they will come around more, and I think this will hopefully repair the relationship between Jalen Rose and Chris Webber that was fractured over the years, with Chris saying that Ed Martin took advantage of them and other guys saying that's not the case. Jalen Rose was highly upset at Chris Webber for not telling the truth, because Chris chose to go on with the story that Ed Martin took advantage of them instead of taking care of them and providing them with funds that they would need as young college kids. They were poor college kids, and Ed Martin looked out for them. And unfortunately, Chris Webber, he said that he was taken advantage of, and it went to court. And, Ed Martin eventually passed away with that on his mind, that Chris was looking at him as a guy that took advantage of him. I hope now that things should be hashed out between those individuals, because Jalen Rose even came out and said they don't want their dispute. He doesn't want their dispute. He's talking about his dispute with Chris Webber to spill over into the media now that Juwan is the head coach. It should be all about Juwan leading a group of young men to the promised land and recruiting some talent that will get Michigan back in national championship contention. Yes, you will all say, well, Michigan hasn't fallen off. They always making a tournament. They were in the national championship game 2 years ago, so that's pretty good. But at the same time, I think they're gonna start to get some McDonald's All-American recruits again. I think Juwan has the personality, he has the savvy, he has the connections, and I think he has the resume where young kids can say, you know what, I want to play for that guy. I want to play for that man. That man knows something about playing with talented guys, and I think he probably will understand these young kids from the inner city. Him being a young inner city kid from Chicago, Illinois himself, man. Shout out to Chicago Vocational High School. I didn't go there, but Melvin went there. My college roommate, one of my closest friends. I always talk about Melvin on this channel, but yeah, Chicago Vocational High School, man. Your CVS product is now the head coach of the University of Michigan men's basketball team, man, and I'm proud of Juwan, man. Juwan has always been a good dude. So many guys respect Juwan. He didn't get the Lakers job that some people thought he would get. But you know what? This is a better situation for him. At least he has the opportunity to pick the talent that he wants, which could possibly mean more staying power when you get to choose the guys that you want rather than you having to deal with whoever the GM brings into the organization. So I think that Juwan will do a great job there at the university. I think that by not his first year, his second year, you'll see some McDonald's All-Americans come in. I think you'll see some prominent talent come. And I think that Juwan will make his mark at the University of Michigan. Maybe he'll bring on some of his former teammates as staff members. Maybe a Ray Jackson, maybe a Jimmy King. Guys that didn't have the luxurious or the revered careers that Juwan Howard, Chris Webber, and Jalen Rose had. Although I feel like Jalen Rose should have at least been an all-star one time in his career. Juwan was an all-star. Chris Webber was a perennial all-star for some years with his years with the Sacramento Kings. He was dominant, man. And it's sad that Chris didn't win a championship. He kept running into the Lakers. Some people feel like the Sacramento Kings were cheated. But, you know, I'm not going to get into that on this video. This video is all about congratulating Juwan, my Chicago brother, man. I'm happy for Juwan, man. Keep getting his face, his cut's going to be even more crisp now. Because he's getting more TV time. Because he's the head of a program. He going to be clean. He going to be suited and booted, man. And he going to represent well, man. Shout out to Juwan. Peace, love, and blessings to that brother, his family. And I hope that Juwan one day wins a national championship. I really do, especially to redeem himself from the fact that the Fab Five didn't win one. Hopefully he can lead these Michigan Wolverines to a national championship, and they can keep making runs at it, man. Hopefully he can get some Chicago boys on there and some Michigan guys too, y'all. Peace.